Okay, so this is somewhat embarrassing for someone who plays as much zombies as I do, but I've never been to round 100 on Kino Der Toten without using the insanely broken gobblegums that are featured in Black Ops 3. So today I wanted to right that wrong, but on top of that, I wanted to do it as a spawn room challenge for a bit of extra difficulty. And we're already off to a great start with me not equipping the right loadout, so I need to restart on just round 6. But after that, and a few failed attempts while learning the strategy of this challenge, I actually got a good game going. Almost right off spawn on round 2, I was able to spawn in a few fire sale drops and then pull a crate power gobblegum from the machine. This will allow me to have a chance at an upgraded thunder gun, which I literally get on the second spin of the mystery box. You have no idea how lucky that is because I've spent multiple hours up to this point trying to get it and I just couldn't, so getting it this early on made me so goddamn happy. If I didn't get it soon, then I would have needed to start selling my meat for the streets and business would have been booming. But now that I've got that though, obviously we need to get some perks, so I pop one of my only 2 perkaholics because even though it's 2023, those things ain't any more common than they were in 2015. Actually, if you think about it, they're less common to pull now than they were on launch day because there's more gobblegums now. Before I get sidetracked with that though, now I use some wall power gobblegums to get upgraded wall weapons that I can put pack punch abilities on, and ideally from what I was able to find looking through high round footage, you want something like turned on your Shiva and Deadwire on the RK5. Some people that I've seen have also used blast furnace or fireworks on the RK5, and those are interchangeable a little bit just depending on your preference. Once those were set for now though, I headed to camp a little bit actually at the top of the staircase, where as long as you don't go past the mystery box, zombies will only spawn in front of you. I never knew that before, and it's only really useful until like the mid-20s, but still fun nonetheless. Once that really overstayed its welcome and the Shiva was no longer able to kill fast enough, it was just time to start running some trains around, which was again easier said than done. I even took my first down on round 44 due to my Widow's Wine just not catching enough zombies and the Thunder Gun being slower than your dead Nan. There was a lucky nuke to bail me out though, and my next gobblegum was a perkaholic, but this is the last one that I have and there's no other way for me to get a lot of perks in the first room. That's why at this point I just made the decision to leave behind the RK5 and finish out the rest of the game with only 2 guns. It's going to be slower, but it'll also be safer. Because honestly, like, I just felt safer with it. I don't enjoy having 3 guns, and I felt as if Deadwire was messing up my spawns a little bit too much. I grabbed my last bullet boost gobblegum, and I changed out my Deadwire on the Shiva for the fireworks. This way, hopefully, I can kill entire hordes with either of my guns rather than just a few zombies at once with Deadwire. And after only a few minutes, I felt much more comfortable doing this, with rounds melting away very quickly. Round 50, 55, and 60 all just breezed by, and now that we're at round 64 with maxed out zombie spawn rates, let me explain the strategy to you. The basic idea is to kill your entire horde of 24 zombies at one time. Then you can run around for a few seconds waiting for zombies to spawn and then abusing the Widow's Wine mechanics to stun about a dozen zombies. While those zombies are stunned, you'll wait for the other horde to come by and get into thunder gun range and just blow them away. The zombies who are still stunned will drop more Widow's Wine grenades and then you rinse and repeat over and over again. But that's only really when things are going very well. When you are being very careful with thunder gun ammo, especially later on in the game, you'll need to train around all of the zombies around your best while trying to avoid getting hit at all. This is especially dangerous because fireworks can't drop Widow's Wine resupplies. It technically can on the first zombie that it kills, but the rest of the horde will not drop any. But luckily I didn't really have any ammo issues up until the late 70s or early 80s, but now I'm starting to because the amount of full hordes per round is starting to pass the amount of thunder gun ammo that I have. So when ammo is low, I need to be absolutely laser focused. Not having Widow's Wine grenades is incredibly dangerous in a spawn room as small as the one on Kino. That means it's time for me to clean up my strategy, and I was able to do this just a little bit by becoming more aware of where the zombies are going to be coming from, but also focusing on the bottom windows, specifically the one closer to quick revive. Most of the zombies that I've had issues with spawn from that window, so boarding it up at the beginning of rounds alongside shooting my fireworks into it occasionally seem to make things cleaner. And sorry to change the tone really quickly, but I just wanted to talk for a second. For those who haven't seen the community post that I put out, MW2 just launched, and right now we're looking at about a 2-year gap until the next new zombies map. Despite that though, I plan to keep making zombies content content full time. You guys have already given me way more than I've ever deserved, and all I'm asking you now is just one more tiny favor. In these next 2 years, just come back once in a while and say hi. I'll still be here and it would mean the world to me, honestly. I'm going to keep striving to make better content that's more entertaining and find our place so that when Treyarch's next game does come up, we can make some waves around here. Anyway, back to me suffering at video games some more. With 750 zombies on round 90 alone, those ammo issues that I mentioned are going to be becoming more and more common every round. Death machines do help since I'm able to kill roughly 100 zombies with it, but this Fireworks Shiva is going to need to step up and become the MVP very quickly. My only issue with it is that the activation time seems inconsistent at best. Sometimes it feels like it activates every 10 seconds, and other times it feels like 30, which really fucked me up sometimes. I will say it's still better than whatever the hell Thunderwall was trying to be. That thing was basically the Thunder Gun if his dad never loved him. Round 93 was a Hellhound wave, which works out really well for me because it means that either 98 or 99 will also be Hellhounds, and cutting out the longest rounds before a goal always just feels so good. By round 97, I had actually figured out a somewhat consistent strategy of getting an entire horde together without using Widow's Wine, which, spoiler alert, might be important later on. It involves me cutting back behind the bar area, which confuses the zombies long enough for me to find a way through the rest of the spawners. Round 98 was the Hellhounds, which was mildly disappointing, but still better than 97 and a thumb in the ass, I suppose. 99 started off well though with a death machine followed by an insta-kill and max ammo, because I guess you can't ever have too much ammo. And after about 10 minutes, the last few zombies got battered by some fireworks, and we got to round 100, but we can't just end it here. Might as well stretch this game as far as it could possibly go, because you know what, I finally found my groove I have felt. My training is better than it has been all game, but I guess that doesn't mean that my Thunder Gun has any more ammo than it has. And I'm going to need to be training around and using fireworks way more often than I have the entire game so far. I am guaranteed 4 drops every round, but a max ammo is not guaranteed, making those death machines and instas much more important to our success. On round 101, I even ran out of Widows because I needed to save Thunder Gun ammo, and that was terrifying. But slowing down the game by running an entire room horde made things a little bit easier on my heart. We ended up surviving though, and on the first horde of round 102, I was given the gift of ammo, and that felt good as hell. I can't get carried away though because I've still only got 25 shots and 40 hordes to kill in this round. Guess I shouldn't have been so careful though, because in my bid to save ammo, I went down again, and there's no more perkaholics left that I can use, and there's only one quick revive left in the machine, so things aren't looking very good for me. I guess that means it's nut up or shut up time, and I finished out the last handful of hordes on 102, and 103 was a Hellhound round, which was a full-on blessing. Having full ammo definitely made me more confident moving forward, and I was really hopeful for around 105 at this point, but I guess confidence can only get someone so far though, because if fireworks happens to fuck you over, there's just not much someone can do. There's still life in us though, because the round is about 70% done, and my ammo is still on my side in case I need to start spamming out of a corner. Horde after horde goes down, and I'm feeling good again until I just bonk against the same couch for the second time in 3 videos. Fuck me, I guess. Now go watch this video about me trying to break the speedrun world record on the hardest custom zombies map ever made.